Let us see what tattered scraps of memory you have left.
The sea grants everything to the world, yet it is bound by a curse. Those who fall into its waves lose the talents they once took pride in. Even so, countless sailors set sail, driven by ambition, dreams, and conviction. Wealth and fame are born amongst the waves, while bones and ships are buried beneath the silt. Legends recorded on decaying parchment tell of another sea hidden on the far side of the moon. All questions are said to be answered there, yet to this day no one has proven whether it is real. The good news is that the destination is not entirely without clues. The bad news is that the only clue is a single name: Sea of Remnants. Disclosure, this video is not sponsored by anyone, not Joker Studios, nor NetEase. My opinions are mine and mine alone. Sea of Remnants is a pirate game, but also more than just a pirate game. It's an open world, boat combat game with turn-based RPG mechanics, featuring Yakuza levels of minigames and side content, while also being a gacha. It says it is. With a beautiful art style and humanoid characters called Puppet Folk. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this game in detail, and wanted to do it myself pretty much. I mean, I already planned on talking about the game since I saw it the first time around a year ago. Literally waiting for just about any information about the game was kind of annoying, but I mean, it's just called excitement. I mean, I really liked how the game looked. From the music, the style, the characters, everything had me hooked. Not to mention the Puppet Folk kind of looked like the Book of Life characters.
But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
No, cause seriously, the first trailer for this game was so good, I can't even describe it, man.
I left a nice piece of rock for the open sea. Whatever life I had will soon be a memory. Freedom never tasted so sweet to a jolly pirate with a head full of dreams.
There was another trailer that dropped months later that was also captivating. It had an emphasis on people living in a lively town with so much to do and see. All the charming people to talk to and the world to explore. I was hooked on whatever this game was, but had it on my mind ever since. They then announced a closed alpha and I knew I needed to try it. I pre-registered immediately and got to be a part of it as soon as it opened. Now the real question is, should you play the game? TLDR, the game is fun, has a lot of things to do anywhere at any time. There are many interactable NPCs that offer many different minigames to enjoy. The turn-based combat is superficially simple, but I know it offers a lot of depth later on. The game's themes are bound to the game's mechanics. The game is balanced like a roguelike with permanent upgrades and temporary builds and upgrades from voyages. This can feel like a detriment in losing character levels when finishing adventures, but this will likely be how the game is balanced long term. For some negatives though, and in all honesty, the game has too many sub-menus for a lot of mechanics. Since the game has permanent class upgrades, character-based stats, and level cap upgrades, while also having voyage levels, island level caps, and even voyage subclass upgrades all at the same time, it can make the game a little confusing until you understand what's permanent and what's not. Kinda like a roguelike. Granted, the tutorials are there, but they fail to show up when you actually need them. They will bombard you with a lot of information at once, and you will kinda glance past them until you need them like many hours later. It's happened a couple of times. Still, I love playing the alpha enough to play around 21 hours. So, just saying. Sea of Remnants is developed by Joker Studio. They're the studio that made Identity V, or 5, I'm not sure to be honest, which is basically Gacha Dead by Daylight with plush people. I've only ever seen the game when collabs are announced and when someone talks about how pretty the game is. Side note though, didn't know they had a Danganronpa and Freewind collab. I think it's really funny. It's so out of place. As I described in the intro, Sea of Remnants is a gacha open world turn-based RPG boat faring roguelike game that features tabletop RPG elements that involve dice rolling and stat clearing. Oh, and tons of mini games like Yakuza. Semblance of the game can pretty much be ignored if you desire. You can ignore having a balanced crew to clear stat checks. For example, if you don't have anybody who is very perceptive, you might gain a lot of elements or diseases. In theory, you can just power through it since it's not the most detrimental thing ever, but it's not optimal when you might need to salvage for extra supplies to recover from said things. And same goes for the minigames. There's not a mandatory minigame you need to do well in, so you can just kind of ignore those as well. I also don't recommend doing this because you miss out on like first clear rewards and challenges you can do. The game is said to have a battle pass every 10 weeks and plans of expansions every 20 weeks. Not really sure if this is true at all or what the battle pass might have to offer. It's hard to say if any of it could be pay to win in the future, but I mean only time will tell. Tick Ritter said, the developers of Sea of Remnants have said that the game's monetization systems will be fair. Although it will feature gacha-style mechanics for obtaining characters in addition to cosmetic skins and a premium battle pass, the team at Joker Studios says that it's not going to be pay to win. If this is true or will stay true post-launch, we won't know until it happens. I just hope there's ways to get cosmetics without the battle pass. Exploration in this game has a lot of mechanics. Campfires, luck rolls, bottles, rich men's lines, and boat exploration. Campfires are resting points that allow quick traveling within islands. At campfires, you can eat food to recover health. Food can be eaten cooked or raw, called respite in the game. Grill raw food into kebabs. Adjust your party, but only to characters that joined your voyage already. Got some complaints about this a little later, but I'll save them for then. Cook medicine. Characters can gain ailments from exploring like diseases and phobias, which will debuff said characters. Learn shanties, which power up characters for voyages. These facilitate getting subclasses. And crew level. This option is generally useless from what I can tell. Luck rolls in this game function like D&D save rolls, the value of which are determined by dice rolls and your character's stats to determine how high you have to roll. This means you greatly benefit from having a versatile crew with stat checks that will prevent ailments and get more items from scavenging. A couple of other little things here and there. The game also has a Dark Souls inspired message system where you can leave bottles with messages in them. They die after 24 hours but will gain an hour of life per like. Rich Man's Line is the way you can send items from voyages safely to Orbtopia and use for permanent upgrades or to sell for money. There are missions for Rich Man's Lines, and I noticed that there are item limits within a given time, so you might be able to increase the amount of items you can send at once or reduce the time between deliveries. The system seems to be there to force people not to play for too long, though like I mentioned, if you can upgrade these things, you can probably play for longer.
Getting the bottle would snap.
After clearing important missions, either for large islands within a sea or main story missions, you get buoy unlock materials. Unlocking the buoy creates a whale troll that will speed your boat when driving over it, shortening travel time between big islands. Regardless of that, you can fast travel to Orbtopia to collect materials from your adventure, to sell for money, or to upgrade any characters at the upgrade workshop. Leveling up is the most confusing element of the game. You can unlock 2 skills at any given time per character, not including their main attack, so a total of 3. As you go through voyages, you will find character upgrades, like in chests, or use shanties to unlock subclass requirements, which are not the subclass itself. Shanties aren't complicated, but it's a little overwhelming because there are a lot of things to consider. You also have to level up characters from scratch during each voyage, and islands have a level cap that needs to be raised by leveling up the hamster god statues, and raise the max level of that island. To level those up, you need hamster materials from hamster challenges and rare collectibles with a marker above them like such. These usually require you to sneak up on them to acquire. I mentioned before that the game had a roguelike system where levels and equipment reset between voyages, but you can still gain permanent upgrades like level caps and class upgrades. This will most likely keep the game more balanced long term while allowing long term players to feel progress. You can increase individual level caps and character base stats from the level up workshop. Body maintenance is the permanent upgrade character system and breaks down as such: tenacity, attack increase; mobility, final attack increase; resilience, HP increase; flexibility, defense increase; and breakthroughs, level cap increase. In Orbtopia, you can level up classes and subclasses permanently through NPCs around the island. The game features so many minigames and I like most of them. Some are definitely more fun than others though. I almost forgot to mention, but most of the minigames in this game feature a cheat option that can kinda help you win. Not always, some just kinda give you a chance to reroll like on dice, but it's not gonna help in most situations. There's Gluck Gluck Gluck, a fun drinking game about balancing a point on a bar and drinking faster than your opponent without choking. This one can get intense and pretty fun. There's Rock Paper Scissors Settlement, a card game version of Rock Paper Scissors where you can bid on a deck that can have better odds at winning against your opponent. There's Ring Toss, kinda self-explanatory and not that complicated. I personally don't like this one because the bar on the left is super inconsistent when aiming up and down, and it took me like way too long to get through one of these challenges because it would just not work. Even when using the cheat mode, it did not work. Oh my god, it did not work. Shakedown is a QTE minigame, and it's initially easy until you play again outside of the tutorial run. It gets really difficult for no reason, but it is kind of fun. Everybody knows Mahjong, in this case Hong Kong style, and every time that I see it, I'm tempted to play until I realize how slow and boring it can actually get, and honestly, I really don't enjoy it. I didn't grow up with it. Totally is part of the reason why I don't enjoy it, but it's there, and if you enjoy it, you're gonna like this one. It's just Mahjong. Duck Game, sometimes called Goose Game for some reason, is a simple, straightforward dice rolling board game. This one is the most RNG based game by far. You land on spots that can unironically win you or lose you the game outright. Had a run where I chose an optimal item and used it optimally to get ahead of my opponent, then landed on a tile near the very end, swapped places with him and me, then proceeded to lose immediately after. I hate this one. I like to play this one with friends because it'd be funny if something like that occurred, but playing with bots, it just feels bad. Really bad even. Paris Rhythm is a music mini game that is basically a Simon Says game. The tutorial has one button, but the second time I tried it in a different island, it had 2 buttons. So, I can totally see this being a full-on rhythm minigame. There's some more minigames I didn't get to try, so I'm excited to see what I miss when the game drops. Driving the boat is more than the means of transportation, but also an opportunity for mini games and even combat. I don't know why I read it like that. I just read it like that. There are multiple boats you can build and use with different builds for each one that you can technically adjust. There's boat upgrades as well, and these are permanent. I assume that this might be because you'll need different boats with different traits for different bosses and events. Not really sure yet, that's just me speaking out of my ass. The alpha had a handful of bosses, each of which were awesome and showed a lot of promise for more. I also gotta mention how much I love the boat designs. There's just so much love in each and every single one of them, man. I also forgot to mention the boat trails have you race through a course and are found between islands most of the time. They're alright. Combat in Sea of Remnants is turn-based first and foremost. The main gimmick for the combat of this game compared to others is Rogue's Luck. Rogue's Luck is a dice rolling mechanic where you can add dice to attacks and roll said dice for your Rogue's Roll. I made that name up. You get 3 dice at the beginning of combat and gain 1 after each character's turn, not enemies, and can only hold up to 6 dice and will want to use them constantly, not waste any. Adding dice is useful at all times because they will also add additional damage or healing to attacks. Enemies will attack with certain moves that will expose weaknesses. The weaknesses come in the form of a class weakness and a roll number. When adding dice to your attacks, your rogue's roll will be compared with that of the number, and if you roll higher, you get another turn with that character immediately. If you attack with a character with the same class as the enemy weakness, the base number will actually be lower. You can continue to Rogue's Luck against the same enemy, however, the base number will increase with every subsequently successful Rogue's Luck. Enemies will not always have a weakness until they expose a weakness with a specific attack. Some might have multiple different weaknesses with different attacks, but no more than 1 at a time, replacing the previous one if they gain 1. There is some nuance to adding dice. Some attacks will actually increase enemy damage and such, so some characters might actually benefit less from using Rogue's Luck than others. Besides their health bar, every enemy has a knockout bar. When enemies are knocked out, they are stunned and you get to do bonus damage when you attack them. Knocking an enemy out also gets rid of a passive effect they might have. When initiating combat, the game allows you to Rogue's Roll and see if you get a bonus AoE attack at the beginning of battle. Failing has no consequence at the very least. The game has a second main mechanic during combat, ultimate attacks. It's as simple as it sounds, and it's as generic as it sounds, however, it just looks really cool. Ultimate attacks are filled as a character attacks, blocks, and uses abilities. This includes extra turns they gain from Rogue's Luck, so you benefit from using that too. You can trigger an ultimate attack at any time and will slot itself as the next attack in the turn order. Speaking of ultimate attacks,
graceful salute.
That's my favorite.
The garden accepts offering.
That's my favorite.
Here's a barrel for you. Nothing stops the future captain.
That's my favorite.
Shatter the old world.
That's my favorite.
Gotta get my groove back. Head spinning. Prophecies won't stop.
That's my favorite.
I came. I saw. I conquered.
That's my favorite.
Requesting confirmation. Target down.
That's my favorite.
For the fallen. I burn with you all.
That's my favorite.
Forgive me. It must be done.
That's my favorite.
I'm awake, I promise. The real stage. It's in my dreams.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yet,
More samples, the better. You're not my first test subject.
feeling lucky.
That looks good.
Get ready. Use this lit.
The crown's weight is mine alone. Let's get serious! Ah! Surprise! Let's try something new.
As mentioned before, you can use a variety of characters with different attributes for stat checks, since you greatly benefit from it. Classes go as such: Ravager, Strength; Cutthroat, Dex; Bastion, Con; Hexer, Int; Fate Shredder, Perception; and Avon Charmer, Charisma. Each character falls under one of these classes and have subclasses for each one of them. The classes and subclasses can also be upgraded permanently in Autopia, as I mentioned before. The game also has a relation system where you can increase your friendship with other characters through talking and gifting, and will actually unlock quests between them. I'm not sure what to expect from this mechanic, but I don't want the mechanic to become an avenue for romance in the game. I really don't want to see it, man. I just don't.
Is this bait?
What a good boy.
Happy? Here's a gift.
The tutorials in the game can be a little undescriptive and overbearing. This is the biggest issue I had with the alpha in general. There are too many mechanics in the game to explain at once, and too many of them are not mentioned when you need them. For example, they mentioned the hamster gun mechanic when I ran into the first island that I got to. It was vague and interrupted me at weird times, so I forgot about it altogether. I later on reached the level cap that I needed to go up and didn't know how to get past it. So eventually, until I ran into the statue again by pure accident, I didn't know how to increase the level cap. Ideally, the tutorial should have popped up as soon as I reached the level limit. That way, I know how to deal with it when it happens again. This happened a couple times, not that many times, but there's a couple mechanics that are not like well explained, or like even explained when you need them to appear. Should be something they should fix when the game comes out. Granted, not all the tutorials came at a bad time, and a lot of them actually had a lot of information based on the mechanic it's talking about. So it wasn't all bad. A lot of text was poorly translated. It's an alpha, I expected as much, and made it seem like a lot of mechanics were different from others. I remember at some point, Jose, who also tried the alpha at a point, asked me what sputter was, and I'm pretty certain that sputter was supposed to say splash damage, which was already a thing that was in the game. I remember seeing splash damage as an indicator for an attack. So that stuff needs to be ironed out when the game comes out. It's a little confusing and inconsistent at times. I think Orbtopia was misspelled like a handful of times. It's very, very odd. When interacting with NPCs in the hub, you can combat them for fun. Afterwards, however, you're allowed to hack them for some reason. I don't know if the mechanic is there to replace NPCs that you think are ugly or just don't like. It's very confusing because it doesn't really say what it does. It just says gets rid of NPC. Not sure, like I said, what it meant, but there was an option. It was there. Don't know why. I could also get rid of the port NPC, the one that you need to leave Orbtopia on adventures to get on your boat. I don't know why I was allowed to hack him at all. I'm not sure if you, like I said, I don't know if it replaces him with a different looking NPC, if I think the guy at the port looks ugly or annoying or something. I don't get it. I don't get why it's an option. I was really scared to try it on him specifically because I could have easily soft locked myself out of the rest of the alpha, and I definitely didn't want to find out the hard way. I don't think I was going to be able to try the game if I was stuck, unable to like leave and do adventures. So I didn't take the risk. Wanted to do it at the end, but then forgot to, but it was a weird mechanic. It's just kind of there. The game also has a feature that lets you switch between party members in the overworld. The difference between them and you is usually just like the way you attack, either faster or with longer range. Doesn't really do anything else besides that, and it kind of looks cool at times, but I kind of don't see a use for it. Like, not even a little bit. I really don't. I also wish we got to see how the gacha mechanics worked in the game. Like, even a little bit. I thought the alpha might show us something, like let us pull and like see what odds we get and have a different experience. Instead, they just sent the players all the characters in the mailbox day by day. I'm not sure how the rates are going to be or how polling is going to function. I wish I knew. It just didn't show us. Really curious about it too. Especially for currency rates. I'm not sure how much currency I got and how many pulls I technically gained by the end of the alpha. I think most people would love to see more customization options. There are a lot of good options already there, granted. But I think most people would love to add more changes or more cosmetics you can change later on. I also kind of want to see more 2D illustrations throughout the game. Some of them are really pretty, and I want to see more of them. I really like how pretty they are, and they add a lot of charm to some cutscenes.
Together. She should know something about me. Even after seeing it twice, I still can't believe I lost all my memories.
Alrighty then, I'll take you to it. But hush hush though. Also, you gotta pass my test.
Speaking of which, I like the format for the tutorials with the puppet show. It fits the whole aesthetic, and I think they're really charming, and I really like them. I like the little illustrations and sketches that come with it. Really pretty. I want to see more of it. I also hope they add more music, because this game already had bangers, not only in the original trailers and every trailer that's come out since, but within the game there's some really good songs. More, please. I think I mentioned this before, but again, leveling up characters should be allowed at the campfires because the option's already there and it doesn't do anything besides tease the fact that you have to teleport back to Orbtopia. If it won't do anything, at least remove the option. It's really frustrating to see it every time I go into a campfire not being able to do it. Plus, it'll reduce load time stuff just to level up a little bit. Like, even if it's for a little bit, just let me do it, please. Also, if the developers of the game are watching this video, which they are not, but if they are, the one thing I want them to change is the ability to add new crew members to voyages. Me and Jose immediately noticed this because as we were getting characters during voyages, we couldn't add these new characters to try them out, which kind of defeated the point of the alpha a little bit. But in the full game, I think it's going to be even more frustrating to pull for new characters and not be able to use them if you're in a long adventure and you're like, dude, I want to try out the new guy. It already has roguelike mechanics, so why not let me add the guy at level 1? Like, let me drive to Orbitopia, get the new guy, add him to the crew, change him out with somebody else, and let me try him. Right? I get punished for using a new guy. He's level 1 in the adventure, so I kind of have to level him up through it. So it's not like I can add a new character and just break the voyage. It's not gonna break the balancing since levels don't really matter that much, at least between voyages. I would hate to see people hating on the game for letting you pull for a character and not be able to use him for the adventure. Since some adventures are literally multi-day commitments, yet you're not gonna be able to use them for days. Please change this. This is like the one thing I beg of you. Please change this. Sea of Remnants' alpha was a fun experience and makes me want to play the game when it comes out. Really can't wait for it to drop later this year, and I think I'm going to recommend the game to everybody I know. I think the game has a lot of potential, and it fills a niche of games that I don't see very often, pirate games. I don't remember the last time there was an actually good pirate game. I also got to mention before I go that I really love the attention to detail and everything in the game. There's always something to do or look at. It's just such a pretty game and really, really fun. I also wasn't sure how to conclude the video, so I'll just end with a highlight of mine. When I just sat down at a random chair by a cliffside. It's a detail I don't think that developers needed to add, but it's definitely appreciated. It makes just random little things to find special. Because it doesn't tell you about it, it's just there. So, I mean, this is the end of the video. If you watched this far, thank you so much. I doubt anybody's watching this far. I'm probably speaking to the wind as I speak right now, but I still wanted to make this video, even if this kind of niche of a video is not for anybody really. It's just talking about a game I liked. What to say? Like and subscribe if you're actually here. Appreciate you a lot. Leave a comment. Tell me how dumb I am. Tell me how my opinion is really bad. Appreciate it. See ya.
Your crystal smile, poetic eyes, saying it's so much better when we're high together, yeah. Oh, I pray we'd never come down from it, holding on to every last waking moment. Red skies are forever as the memories fade. It's the secrets calling my name. Red skies are forever as the memories fade. It's the secrets calling my name. Running for miles, head full of sound, clear like the lake, pure as the ground. Saw you today, I turned around, wonder if you saw me and if you did exactly the same. Oh, we said we'd never come down from it, holding on to every last summer morning. Red skies are forever as the memories fade. It's the secrets calling my name. Red skies are forever as the memories outside.